Gundam card game enthusiasts, welcome back to Mobile Suit Arena. You know why we're here. No Twitch stream over at Bulldog Community Gaming to react to. But before we jump into the ranked ladder with our Unicorn Blockers deck, blue-white Unicorn Blockers, if you guys are looking for a place to play some hot Gundam card game action, check out Bulldog Community Gaming, LLC in Brownsburg, Indiana. Tuesday nights, 6:30, $5 entry. As well as you guys can't come in to play that hot Gundam card game action, check the description below for Bulldog's Twitch and Facebook page where you guys can come watch the Gundam card game action live as it's happening. So without further ado, let's jump to the rank ladder and see if we can get a win. Alright, here we go for our match. Our opponent is deciding to go first, so that tells us automatically that we're dealing with something that's potentially red. Red is the only color right now that really wants to be going first. We are going to mulligan this hand because we have no starting plays at all. I'd like to have some start. I mean, I guess the Zort's a start. Alright, so we should expect to see some type of red action here because, again, our opponent is going first. So there's no reason that would be expect automatically. Well, we did get the overflowing. It's pretty nice. We'll get rid of a Zort here just because, again, they can't really attack, so I'm not really worried about it. Plus, I mean, if we're playing a red strategy, we should be seeing them pass, potentially go into something. Ooh, no. Oh, we're doing 1 year war or Zeon aggro. It potentially could be 𝐒𝐓𝐾𝐄. It could potentially be that as well, so we'll play this out. So we know for a fact we're playing green or red. I mean, this could be clan. Clan is in green-red. That is a natural coloration for clan, but this isn't a clan unit. The 𝐒𝐍𝐿 is a Zeon unit. So I'm wondering if we're playing some kind of like Zeon Rush strategy, some green-red Zeon Rush. That would be my guess of what we're playing. So the Rick Dom. So Dom man's here, meaning that we don't have to worry about getting hit with a close combat. We'll skip the block here. I mean, there's really no reason to worry about getting hit in the face with a 2. That's perfectly fine to me if you want to hit me in the face for a 2. And we will draw an Amuro Ray. It's not horrible. We'll play the Korska, take the top card, and then we're going to go to intern. I don't think there's any reason to do anything else in this state right now. I mean, I think we're pretty well fine staying where we are. Because again, this does destroy our base, but again, we are able to block 1, so we could block out the Dom here. Paying 2, so it is Zeon aggro. Ooh, that's not something I wanted to see. The 𝐒𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐒. That immediately gets high maneuver, which means that will crash to the base here, meaning that now we're going to be taking all of this to the face, which is not fun. Meaning we're going to only be able to block potentially 1 here. We'll skip the block because, again, we already take the breach damage. I mean, I'd rather block out and not take breach damage, if I'm being honest. Another Zort. We will block out here. We'll take the block there. This is going to matter what our next card is, because if we can get the Kira, if we can draw into a Kira or have Kira bounce off the top of our resources, we have the ability to kill off the Dom and get bounced back the Zaku. And we could swing the Talgies into this. Oh, that would have been nice to have in hand. Alright, so it's Zeon Rush. Bananger is not going to be enough here. That is for sure. So I guess we can play at least our base, take the top card. There's a Riff, which is pretty nice. Actually be real good. Let's see. Let's just straight up kill the Zaku. Again, it looks at top 3, grabs. They can't grab a pilot. Maybe there's a chance he whiffs. Nope. Okay, so Mariner in hand. And I think from here, I think we just have to drop the Riff, and I think we end our turn from there. We're capable of blocking out both of these. The Dom clearly can't kill the Rift. We know he only uses Zaku Mariner in hand. Or he can drop the 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄, but I think he would need one of the Frost sibling. Oh right, no, this automatically swings in. If they're on deploy, if there are 3 or less enemy shields, choose one enemy unit with AP or less and kill it. So we'll block out here. There's no reason for us not to just crash between us and the Zaku. Because the Dom, yeah, can deal damage, but the base still stands. So, I mean, that's the thing. Zaku Mariner. Man, if we could just see 𝐒𝐒𝐃, that would be great for this. No swinging, okay? OG Papa Gundam, man. That is actually really good for us. OG Papa Gundam. Play the Amuro Ray under OG Papa Gundam, and we do get to rest here. Let us rest the 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄. We will attack the 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄. Immediately killing that off. And then we immediately go to battle end, and we are just done from here. Nothing was to play. There's no point in playing another white base. I'd rather keep the white base in hand here. Heal the 2. So even if this were to crash, it's a breach 2, and this is 2 damage, meaning that they can't get rid of the white base in one shot. Another 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄 to deal 2 damage again to the OG Papa Gundam. But again, even if you throw the Rick Dom and the Zaku Mariner, it's not enough to knock at the base, and that's a trade of 2 bodies. Or we're just going to throw, okay, so I guess that works too. You can just throw the Zaku Mariner into the OG. Because you could have thrown the Rick Dom into it, down to breach damage, but I guess, honestly, that doesn't matter either way. Alright, I'm still hoping we can pull 𝐒𝐒𝐃. I mean, I guess that works too. We can go this. Then we can play the Bananger under it. And then we can bounce back. Let's bounce back the Dom. Yeah, we're going to bounce back the Dom. Just because I know for a fact it doesn't have a connection to any pilots. So we'll just pass from there. It'd be really nice if we could see 𝐒𝐒𝐃 about now. But I'll take the L strike, being able to block out a body here. I mean, we're stabilizing on blocking. That's what we're getting to. Char's 𝐒𝐃. Activate main if a pilot pairs. Ah, well, there you go. Well, that's going to get high maneuver instantly. Which means it's going to be able to crash immediately into my base. Because he pitched out a Zeon card. You deploy a Neon Zeon. If a pilot is not paired with this, you can play a pilot from your trash, basically. We'll select the block. We survive here. So that does mean that we do have the ability to drop Wing, or drop Freedom. Because we'll be able to go after the Char's 𝐒𝐃, or we're just going to see, instead of going after... Oh, right, because it's breach. Alright, I mean, we were taking damage there either way, so I don't think it was really overly painful, but... Ugh. Okay. This is not going well for me. So if we pay 3 out, we have that much left, but again, Char's 𝐒𝐃 has high maneuver, so that's kind of pointless. So I guess we'll just play it, see what we draw. Finally, we find the man. We can drop this, play out the 𝐒𝐒𝐃 under it. We can then trade immediately here. We can select to give it -2. I think that actually gives us survivability. I think we survive on 3 health here. We survive here on the battle. Okay, so we've survived somehow. We have the ability to drop a couple blockers next turn, mattering what he's got. Because we still have this ability here, which can still bounce back guys. Another 𝐒𝐃. Alright. 𝐒𝐃 to put Char back onto the 𝐒𝐃. 𝐒𝐃 is swinging. 𝐒𝐃 destroys the base, meaning that if he's got anything that pairs, we're just dead. If he's gotten rid of this, he's cycling back the exact same char. No, just gonna go for action, and there's no there is not a single pilot for this to work with, so no use for that one. Alright. Attack, kill off the 𝐒𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐒. Select the 𝐒𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐒, not like it's really gonna matter. But now he's only on 2 cards, that's the thing. Alright. We can drop, and we can drop, and we can pass. Alright. Yeah, unfortunately unfortunately, a Freedom Gundam isn't powerful enough to knock out this. This does get the trigger here, so that will be an activation there. So meaning with this comes in to attack us, we're just probably going to trade the Rift into it. Yeah, we'll just trade the Rift. I'm fine trading out the Rift, dealing the 2 damage there. Leaving it alive. He's got 1 more card left in hand. Alright. What's our level? We're gonna go to 9 now. That is a 9. So that is a Kira. That is a Kira, meaning we can use the L strike to bounce because 4 or less AP gets bounced back, so we could bounce back the 𝐺𝐸𝐻. We can then kill off this 𝐺𝐸𝐻. Okay, we can go this. This will leave us with what? 5 up. So yeah, we can play Kira. We could bounce. Was it 4 or less AP? Okay, 4 or less AP to its owner's hand. I don't want to bounce this back again because I really don't want him to be able to play it, but so you know what? We'll bounce back the 𝐺𝐸𝐻. We'll play this unit, and then we'll end the turn. The only problem is if he's got a Nan. Maybe it would have been better to bounce this back just because it's the least lethal, because if he gets a Nan, he can immediately play that and get the Nan on trigger. So triggering the effect, he's banished out the char to deal 1 more damage to everything. Swinging in, we'll block out. There's no point in keeping this freedom alive. I don't know how we survived this long as we have. So 𝐺𝐸𝐻 in, block out. This will be a trade between the 𝐺𝐸𝐻 and us. Yep. Alright, so I know he's got a 𝐺𝐸𝐻. Did he get a Nan? No, just 2 more dudes. Alright, well, unless we get beyond lucky to draw 2 blockers. You know, sometimes you just draw the blockers, baby. And just needs a Zeon trait, so unfortunately if he gets a char, I'm dead here, because high maneuver will disappear from these both. Alright, I don't know how exactly we were able to draw into exactly 2 blockers, but this is not nice, because immediately he's going to be able to continue to draw a unit, a Dom here. Alright. So I mean, we're going to have to trade out this. This will be the trade there. So I mean, I really don't see him to have a reason to attack, honestly. Oh my god, we got a 𝐒𝐍�𝐘� base. We're going to survive by the fact we got a base now. We're going to hit the resources and pray to God he doesn't hit a char. I guess if he even hits a char, I guess it's not exactly the most dangerous aspect. But we're just going to straight up end the turn. But now with the base up, that now saves us. There's just, unfortunately, with 2 blockers up on the board, I mean, I can have one of these guys go through and be fine. Yeah, no, I don't know how we stabilized this board state, folks. We somehow survived. Don't ask me how we did it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have too many bodies. Well, we'll attack my opponent with a Leo. I mean, the only thing is if I hit a base, that's the problem. Because I have enough bodies here to knock him out. I just can't hit a base. Okay, there's a Char. It's not completely out yet. The Char goes to hand. I mean, I'm dead either way because I didn't draw a pilot. All right. Now we attack again. All right. We attack again. If this is a base, we're just straight up dead, and that's where it ends, because I'm dead either way with all of this. Alright, well, that sucked. Were we dead with that? Well, the Char actually would have killed us, yeah, because then that just breaches. So yeah, we're going to just straight up concede the game here, folks. There's no reason to watch. We did not need to see that base as the top card. Yeah, because even if I played this and kill a Leo, there's nothing I can do. So yeah, that is a concedement there. Well, folks, that was it. Man, was it close. We could have gotten the win if the top card wasn't a base, but a base for the win. I guess maybe we should have played that a little different. Yeah, I guess I could have played that way different, where I could have just killed off one of the Leos I swung with, playing the action card, killing off a Leo to allow me to play one of my units out on the board state, playing another blocker for safety, because I could have done a 2-4 out of safety for that one, and then still had the 2. But yeah, I think that's always how it is. It's like, you know for a fact you can go for the win. You can get the win altogether if you have enough bodies to do it, or do you play the defensive mechanics? And maybe I should have played the defensive mechanic rather than the aggressive mechanic. But again, he had to have a base. Possibilities of him was probably playing 4 bases. That's what common decks run, is about 6 to 4 bases, depending on what you're building. But yeah, I mean, who would have thought it was a base? But yeah, you guys can let me know your thoughts down in the comments on the gameplay. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you get notified when my videos go live for you. And we'll see you here next time on Mama Dragon's TCG.